I'm former Congressman Joe Walsh. It is Tuesday. I'm so glad you're watching. Here is my opening shot. Nobody wanted Trump to do what he did today. Think about that. France didn't want Trump to do what he did today. Great Britain did not want Donald Trump to do what he did today. Heck, nobody in Europe wanted Donald Trump to do what he did today. The media didn't want Trump to do what he did today. The Democrats did not want Donald Trump to do what he did today. Truthfully, most Republicans did not want Donald Trump to do today. And truthfully, plenty of his advisors did not want Donald Trump to do what he did today. President Trump again stood alone today. And maybe that's the whole point. When he pulled today the United States out of that bad, horrible, terrible Iran deal that Barack Obama gave us, Donald Trump again stood alone. And maybe that is the whole point. Maybe that is the whole point of this. I heard so many people on MSNBC and CNN and all the rest today, man. They were in tears today because Donald Trump pulled out of this deal that Barack Obama gave us. Let's be clear. This Iran deal, this Iran nuke deal was a bad deal. And when Donald Trump on the campaign trail said, this is the worst deal in the history of mankind, I don't know if he was exactly accurate, but he was close. This was a bad deal. This was a deal that was not in the interest of the American people. This was a deal that was not in the best interest of our greatest ally on the planet, Israel. Now, I don't know about you, but when you come home from work at the end of a day and you find out that people in France are crying, people in Europe are crying, but Israel, they're smiling, then you know Donald Trump did something right today. And he did. He stood alone. He led. Donald Trump announced this afternoon that the United States was done with Barack Obama's bad, horrible, terrible Iran deal. And it was a bad deal. Look, Obama and John Kerry, and let's be clear as well, France, Germany, all the rest of them, they got down on their knees and they begged Iran to temporarily pause its nuclear program. And that's all Iran did, was pretend to pause their nuke program. Nothing was permanent about this. And then we found out last week what we always knew: Iran wouldn't hold to this deal. This deal that Obama and Kerry hoisted upon America as part of Barack Obama's legacy, Barack Obama, our former president, who cared more about and cares more about Iran than he cares about Israel. And for every Jew in America listening to me right now, again, let me remind every American Jewish voter, Barack Obama doesn't give a damn about Israel, and this Iranian deal proved that. And thank God for Benjamin Netanyahu in Israel, who came out last week and said that even with this temporary pause in Iran's nuke program, they were cheating, they were lying, and they weren't being compliant. So you think about the deal that we cut with Iran. Temporary, maybe a pause. In another 10 to 12 years, they can restart their nuke program, and they've been cheating the whole time for the last 2 years. This deal said and did nothing about Iran's ballistic missile program. It did nothing and said nothing about all the terror around the world that Iran funds. And it said nothing about the American hostages in Iran right now. Donald Trump today spoke to this deal when he pulled the plug on this deal. And he said America will not be held hostage to a bad deal like this. Take a listen.
America will not be held. We will not allow a regime that chants death to America to gain access to the most deadly weapons on earth.
I give President Trump all the credit in the world because, again, he was standing alone today. You and I don't fully appreciate the pressure he's been under these last few months, that he's been under these last few weeks. I mean from world leaders, I mean from people right here in America, begging him to stay in this bad deal. This deal that did nothing to stop Iran's nuke program. This deal that Barack Obama gave Iran billions and billions of dollars in cash. Remember the plane loads full of cash that we secretly flew to Iran so that Iran could continue to fund terror, Hamas, Hezbollah, Syria, and Yemen, everywhere? That cash was part of this deal. And Barack Obama lifted the economic sanctions on Iran. What Trump did today was say, no more, no more. The sanctions are coming back. This is a bad deal. It's not in our interest. The sanctions are going to come back. We're going to renegotiate. Now, will Iran bother to renegotiate? Donald Trump today said, hey, we'll renegotiate. We're going to renegotiate a better deal. Here's what Trump said about that whole negotiation.
They are going to want to make a new and lasting deal, one that benefits all of Iran and the Iranian people. When they do, I am ready, willing, and able.
Look, this isn't complicated at all. The lesson of today, the big takeaway today, while you were out doing what you should be doing, enjoying your family, making some money, living your life, and you come home, what happened today? Here's what happened today. Donald Trump, your president, today said, the United States is no longer in the business of appeasing evil and appeasing evil regimes. Look, Europe can keep doing that. And again, Europe will stay in this Iran deal. France, Germany, all the rest of them, they're upset today. They're upset and they're going to stay in this deal because all Europe cares about is doing business with Iran. They don't care how evil the Iranian regime is. All Europe wants to do is make money off of Iran. But we're done. Trump announced today that we're done appeasing evil. The other thing Trump did today that Europe refuses to do, Donald Trump called evil out for what it is. He identified the Iranian regime as evil, as Islamist. Europe will never do that. Europe, a continent overrun by Muslims, will never acknowledge what Islamism is. President Trump sent a signal to the world today. Oh my God, after 8 years of Barack Obama, such a welcome signal. And all of the left and all of the Democrats and the media, they were concerned today. They were worried today about that signal. I heard plenty of it on MSNBC and CNN. Oh my gosh, how's Iran going to respond to this? The rest of the world. What about North Korea? Are they going to think now that you can't trust the United States of America? The United States enters into an agreement and then they get out of trust the United States? What a bunch of hogwash. If you're North Korea right now, there's one takeaway. The United States, this is a different deal now. This isn't Barack Obama, and this isn't Bill Clinton, and this isn't George W. Bush. This guy in the White House now, we're not going to be able to play our games. We're not going to be able to engage in our evil activity. The United States is no longer going to appease evil regimes. That's the message North Korea got today. And that's the message, by the way, that's bringing North Korea to the table. Peace through strength, right? And Iran is going to have to learn the same thing. We cut a very weak, bad deal with Iran. Barack Obama and John Kerry did. President Trump today said, forget about it. It's done. If Iran wants to sit down, they'll sit down. But we're going to negotiate a new deal. And we're going to negotiate that deal from a position of strength. The rest of the world, they learned that today. Hey, I'm Joe Walsh. Don't go anywhere. The latest on this Mueller investigation coming up.